Welcome to the video. My name is Darren and this is Micro Adventures, and I make everyday videos about van life. No fluff, no Insta, no nonsense, just the truth. And today is a beautiful day, just for a change. It's only 7 degrees, but it's only 8:25, so it's time to warm up, hasn't it? And it's forecast for some sunshine today, which is great. I'm heading off to Cleethorpes on the east coast of England to catch up with an old friend. And this old friend and I used to drive forklifts together, work in a warehouse together and all that good stuff a long time ago, before I was ever a teacher. And we've maintained a friendship ever since, which is really good. Now, at the moment, it's forecourt, and you can see I've just jet washed the car, I've checked the tyres, the oil, the water, and all that good stuff. And I've set up my sat-nav and my cockpit speedo, and that's just on a simple mag mount. I don't know how long it's going to stay on the mag mount. Depends how many bumps we go over, but anyway, we'll find out, won't we? It's a really old iPad, and I asked a police officer one time, is that okay, that set up? And he says, as long as you're not physically touching it and interacting with it, it should be fine. So all good. Let's get started. We are in sunny Cleethorpes. As you can see, it's a little bit dark outside now. I've been here all day, spent time with my good friend Lee, who we used to drive forklift trucks with and do all sorts of mad things working in a warehouse together. And you can hear the fan heater blowing. It is a little bit chilly today. It's been nice and warm all day, but now the sun's gone down, it's a bit chilly. What have we been doing today? Well, I'll put a couple of clips in if I can in here, but Lee's taking me out in his new car, and what an epic car it is, an MX-5. One of the latest generations, and it is quite a car, I'll tell you. We had a lot of fun in that today, which is great. We had a chat and a catch up, and pretty much that's all we did today, and that's all I'm going to share about that personal sort of stuff in it, you know, I'm with mates. But I am on a campsite, and the campsite is called Cleethorpes Showground. Now, when I got here and they gave me this particular spot, I thought, oh, this looks like a nice spot. I can put my sun canopy up and all the rest of it, and me and Lee sat on those there chairs, and we had a good old chat and a catch up under the canopy, which is nice. And now it started to drop dark, and I'm thinking, I haven't seen those security lights go off all day since we've been here, and that could be a nuisance. That could suck big time if they don't go off tonight. But anyway, we'll find out. And there's been a fun fair on the field just behind us, and when I sat in here with the fan heater running, you can't actually hear any of the fun fair at all, so it's not been a bother one little bit. In fact, it's added to the holiday vibe, so to speak. Do you know what I mean? So I don't want to take you outside there just yet. Well, in fact I will, but I'm hoping I don't get any copyrights. I'm on the electric hookup, obviously, hence the fan heater set up, so I don't really be out here too long, because of course the music and stuff, don't want to get a copyright, so I'm going to keep talking to try and drown out the music from there. That's the tarp I've used many times. You've seen that on many videos, okay, in the past. I've thrown some fairy lights. Let's put those on and see what they look like. Oh, there we go. Stupendous. And of course, I'm on the hookup, as I've already said. Now, this is not meant to be set up in this particular fashion. It's meant to be like an A-frame tarp, 2 poles, you know, makes a big triangle, almost like a tent. But I bought some of these from Amazon, and they were about £3 for a pack of 4. And I've just used 2 of them, obviously. I've thrown the guy ropes over the roof, and I've secured it accordingly. Jump back inside because of the music on the outside there. So yeah, so this is me here in Cleethorpes. So what we're going to do tomorrow, we don't really know. I think we're just going to get together. We're going to have a walk down the beachfront, I think is the plan. Maybe go to the arcade machines along the pier, and just do, you know, childhood type stuff that as kids we might have done. Good morning. And slept okay last night. I went to bed too early, really. I went to bed about 9 o'clock and I was awake at 4. So I'm tired now again. But this is the setup, as you can see. Now this tarp, I've seen it before, it only comes with, it's supposed to be set up as an A-frame, and as a result it only comes with 2 of these eyes, and that's what these poles are supposed to go through, put these little spikes through them. But instead I've kind of put them through the like the tie-out points here, and just guide it out, so it's quite taut. And yeah, and I've used these as just tie-out points. Again, fairly taut. It's a bit damp on there right now, but this is the site. Again, it's called Cleethorpes Showground. I think there's supposed to be room for about up to 50 vans, but I don't think there is. I'm on pitch 30. I think the last pitch over here at the very end, the exit, is like pitch 31, 32, something like that. So I think probably 32 vans, 32 campers and motorhomes is probably about its limit, I reckon. But we can see they're not completely packed in. There's plenty of space in between them all, which is pretty cool. The weather today, well, it's looking a bit foreboding, isn't it? So I'm just waiting for this canopy tarp to dry out a little bit more. Then I'm going to pack it away, so I don't have to do it tomorrow. I'm off site tomorrow. I'm staying tonight, but off tomorrow. Not sure where I'm going to go tomorrow. That's the wonders of van life. But I do have some phone calls to make today. I need to phone up and see if I can book in for an alternator to be fitted. I can grab a seat here. So I'm going to phone up my regular garage in Filey and see if they can sort me out with an alternator. I think it's an alternator. I don't know what the problem is, but I suspect it is. But hopefully they can give me more input on that. Yeah, they're usually very, very busy, especially this time of year, so how quickly they can fit me in, I don't know, to be honest. But hopefully they can fit me in. So what we're doing today, let's lighten the mood. Well, my mate Lee's going to come over. He said he's going to be over about 9:30ish. And we're going to go to the cafe, which is just over the road there, and we're going to get something to eat. But I've got to be honest with you, I've been up for quite a long time and I'm starving now, proper hungry. So I might end up getting something to eat before he comes, and then getting something to eat over there at this rate, because I'm absolutely famished. That might be the way to go. Welcome back. So today it's Saturday and I'm in Filey. I've been in Filey since yesterday, where I popped into Filey Auto Care and asked them to check over the alternator. Now I had pre-arranged this because they get very, very busy. They're a very popular garage. And I said, yeah, just pop it down anytime. We'll do it whilst you're here. Doesn't take long. I says, right, okay. So I went down there, I explained the problem, and they did a quick test to see the alternator voltage output, and it says low voltage output. So it's charging or keeping up with the starter battery, but that's about it. So this is the reason why my leisure battery and my EcoFlows are not charging at all. So that needs to be changed. Now he did have a look and he did say, oh, this could be a bit of a problem because it's not straightforward. The alternator is really buried in there, apparently. There were the words he said, and he did point it out to me. And so the alternator can't just slide out this way like it can on some cars. It can't just be unbolted and taken off like in some cars. It's kind of buried into what looks like the block. I'm not quite sure, I don't know. And it's an integral part of all the pulleys and belts and all that sort of stuff. So he says, so we'll have to either do one of three things. Number one, take the air conditioning off, slide out, and then put all the air conditioning and replace it, of course, then put all the air conditioning and stuff back on. Or number two, drop the engine down a fraction and slide it out that way, or jack the engine up a ways and slide it out that way. So either which way, there's a fair bit of work involved in that, right? So I think we're talking about 200 quid in labour alone and then of course the cost of the part and VAT and stuff. So I reckon we'll be talking close to 500 quid for this to be done, but it needs to be done. It needs to be done for sure. So I'm getting a bit fed up. I spoke about this in the previous video. With age of the van comes more repairs and more repairs and more repairs, right? And it's such a massive inconvenience as well as an expense. And I'm getting a bit downbeaten by it, to be quite honest. So hopefully this will be the last one for a little while. I have seen a motorhome that I was quite interested in buying. I'd have to get it on finance, of course. And I spoke to someone who said, right, okay, we perhaps might go to 10 on yours, you know, to buy mine and pay that 10 off of the finance. Now I owe just 10.5, so that's leaves just 500 quid in negative equity, right? So that'd be quite good, I think. I say I owe 10. I don't owe 10.5. That's a settlement figure. The settlement figure and the actual what you actually owe are two different things, because of course we're talking about the difference in interest. So, there is that. They did some initial figures, and it looks like the payments on the motorhome, although the motorhome's a lot more expensive, would not be that much more than what I'm paying on this little van. And that is because, of course, you'd spread that payment out, that debt out over a lengthier time, a period. So it's over 10 years instead of 7, which is what this van is over. So yes, I really don't know what to do really for the best. I'm at a crossroads now, I feel. But anyway, let's not dwell on that right now, and let's just show you what's going on out here. And look at that for a view. That's Filey Bay. Gorgeous, right? It looks nicer than it is. It's extremely windy out there, and the microphone won't pick it up because we're on the inside, of course. And look at those clouds, how grey, dark and foreboding they are. They look very menacing, I think. They look like they're going to tip down any minute now. I can't work out which direction they're moving in. They're moving very slowly. I think they're moving out to sea. So hopefully they won't rain down on me. But we'll see. I thought about putting the solar panel out whilst I am here. But I couldn't be bothered fighting against the wind, to be quite honest with you. I think the eco flows are like 86% or something. Maybe it's even on 90%. So I'm not that stressed about it. It should be fine. Yeah, where I am right now, this was a 5-minute walk from my house before I started van life. I live just kind of up the way there, just not far from here. All right, maybe a 10-minute walk, a 5-minute drive. And yeah, and it was a lovely, lovely spot until the landlord wanted to double the rent, which is why I ended up in van life in the first place, because it just got too expensive in rent, to be quite frank. Yeah, but I'm just enjoying the view. I'm going to sit here, chill out, enjoy that view for a bit. Might make a cup of tea, cup of coffee or something, and yeah, just enjoy the view.